Everyone, welcome to Quaxly Community Day, one of the most divisive community days in recent memory. I mean, I don't think Quaxly is that bad of a Pokemon, and actually evolved all the way through to Quaquaval. It outperforms some shadow Pokemon in the higher tiers in the water category. So I really think that this is one of those underrated Pokemon that I think people are really sleeping on. Yes, I think Quaxly's design isn't the best starter design, but I think it's kind of neck and neck for me with Totodile. I don't think Totodile is a great design. I think actually that generation starters in general is probably some of the weakest starters that have ever been in a Pokemon thing. But when I came out to Totodile Community Day, I was having a really great time, and I think today will be no different. Yes, Quaxly shiny is kind of just a faded blue rather than anything, you know, dramatically different. I think a pale green would have looked really cool on this shiny, but at the same time, I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to do it. Any Pokemon event is a good event for me. Let's not forget that evolved through to Quaquaval today will give it Hydro Cannon. Hydro Cannon is one of the best water type moves available in the whole game. And actually, you know, I think this is maybe like an F tier. It's in between F tier and C tier for Quaquaval without Hydro Cannon. But now that it can have Hydro Cannon, it's definitely boosted it up a lot. I mean, if you look at some of the water type categories ones, we got Mega Swampert, but if you take out the Megas like Mega Swampert and Mega Blastoise, and you only look at like Kyogre and a couple of the high tier shadow Pokemon, Quaquaval with Hydro Cannon, it hangs up there. I think there's early reports of it sitting in between 5th best to 10th best, which is no slouch in the water category. So do not sleep on this, guys. I know some of you don't like Quaxly, but don't miss your chance to have Quaquaval with Hydro Cannon. But let's look at what we got. I bought the ticket. First one is use 5 berries to help catch Pokemon. Catch 5 Pokemon, we'll do that in the same thing. Make 5 great throws, spin 3 Pokestops or gyms, explore 1 kilometer, and 2 field research tasks. Easy, easy, easy. Now also there is 2 times catch candy and 3 times catch Stardust today, so we should be able to get a lot of Stardust and a lot of candy as well. My goal for today is obviously catch the Hundo, but I'll be happy with anything 96 or higher. Evolve that through to Quaquaval to get Hydro Cannon. That is my primary goal. In terms of shinies, I'm estimating I'll catch 400 Quaxlys, and I think I'll get 15 shinies. Let's see how accurate I am to that. 400 catches, 15 shinies. Let's see how close we get. Let's do an initial check on what we have here. No shiny. No shiny. We got 1 in 4. Well, we don't have 1 in 4 chance. Well, actually you do. It's 1 in 25. No shinies. I guess we have to start walking around. Let's see who's there. I got some ube drink from Starbucks here. You know, Starbucks, shout out if you want to sponsor. I'll take some more drinks. But at the same time, if you guys haven't subscribed, liked, commented, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of these videos. Yesterday we had Gigantamax Lapras Day. But let's get this started and see how many shinies we can get. Cross fingers, 15. Shiny, shiny. It has appeared, our first shiny. And you know, as per tradition, we golden raz every shiny because you know what? Who knows? Who knows what'll happen? With my throw so bad when I'm trying to film and do a throw. So we just lock it down. We always got to lock down the first shiny. All right, there it is. Beautiful Quaxly from the Paldea region. All right, let's just go all the way through. Let's just get this done because I want to just get these shinies out of the way, get them registered in the Pokedex. Now, I think Quaxly is an okay design. Then I think it gets a bit better with Quaxwell. I think Quaxwell looks okay. I'm going to move out of the sun a little bit. Quaxwell looks okay. And then I think Quaquaval looks, I don't know. It looks a bit bird-like, and traditionally, I don't really like bird Pokemon. Like, bird Pokemon, dog Pokemon, changed my mind. Outside of the legendaries, I think they're some of the worst Pokemon designs. All right, Quaquaval is there, and we should see Hydro Cannon on it too, being the legacy move for today. That's cool, that's cool. There we go, Water Gun and Hydro Cannon. Beautiful. Now, let's just look. Let's see. What are these IVs gonna look like? 3, 2, 1. That's bad. Oh my god. Oh, it's like so far, you know, if it was a Nundo, that would be exciting. Okay, that's all right. We will keep on looking for more shiny, something a little bit better. Don't have the Hundo yet, don't have any 96s, but that's a pretty quick appearance for the shiny. Normally it takes me around about 25 minutes to get the first shiny, so that's okay. We're only 15 minutes in, and then historically we get the most shinies in the final hour. I don't know, I feel like I get like, you know, 3 shinies in the first hour, and then outside of that, then in the final hour I'll get like 10. Does anyone else find that? Let me know in the comments. When do you get the most shinies? Do you get the most shinies in the first hour or the last hour? Or is it pretty even between? I would be keen to crowdsource a little bit of data around that. Now also, I really got to make sure, guys, we don't get used to these Stardust bonuses. I mean, today we have a 3 times catch Stardust situation going on. And then the Steel and Scales event will kick off, I think, Tuesday. It's definitely this week. That has a 4 times catch Stardust. So you got to make sure that, yeah, it's Tuesday. So on Tuesday, the big deal about it is you need to make sure you guys are going to be near a lured Pokestop. So the summer concert event is going on at the moment. It started yesterday and it goes all the way through to Tuesday being the last day. In between 5 to 8 p.m., lured Pokestops have a chance to spawn a bunch of different Pokemon, including Shiny Chatot, but also it has a chance to spawn an Ordino. Now, Ordino gets you 2,100 Stardust, if I'm correct. So that's something that you definitely want to be catching, because 2,100 Stardust with a 4 times catch Stardust bonus that comes from the Steel and Scales event, because they overlap by 1 day. And the last day of the summer concert event is Tuesday, and the first day of the Steel and Scales event is Tuesday. So that means that your Ordinos will have the 4 times catch Stardust bonus. And what makes that special is 4 times that will be like 8,400 Stardust per catch. And then if you use a star piece while you're catching them at the lured Pokestops, you should get around about 12,500 to 13,000. I think it's 12,900 or something Stardust per catch. That is absolutely crazy stuff. I cannot believe it. So you need to make sure between 5 to 8 p.m. you are absolutely at those lured Pokestops to catch as many Ordino as possible. But this returns to my point, is that what we're doing out here, getting 300 Stardust per catch is great. And then we're gonna get 400 Stardust minimum during the Steel and Scales event, which we just had for the previous Ultra Unlock as well. Man, when it goes down to 100 Stardust per catch again, that's gonna hurt. That is gonna hurt. It's gonna feel like we're back at a grind. So it's been Stardust heaven lately. Enjoy it while it lasts, but do not get used to it, guys. Second shiny at 225. All right, shiny luck is feeling a little bit better for me today, which is great because yesterday for Gigantamax Lapras, we walked away with only 1 shiny right at the end, which was horrible luck. Horrible luck. 1 in 20. We did do 17 though, so I guess it is within its odds, but I do feel like shiny rates have been a little bit off since Go Fest. Just a little bit funky. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think the odds have been a little bit off since Go Fest, or are you kind of happy with where the shinies are? Because for me, it feels like we're not getting as many shinies as we used to, especially from raids anyway. All right, second one we've got there. So many Quaxly around here. Not every Pokestop is lured, which is kind of unsurprising given I said at the start that I think Quaxly is not as popular as some of the other community days. What Pokemon would you love to see appear in a community day that hasn't appeared yet? So I'm not talking about the community day classics. If it was community day classics, I think I'd like to see a Charmander appear maybe. But for non-community day classics, which one are you thinking should appear? We've got Rookity next month. Then after that, I don't know. I'm really curious to know what you guys think, so let me know in the comments. The rain is maybe starting a little bit now, which is gonna weather boost Quaxly, which is great. All right, this should be a level 1 Quaxly here, which we can pack away. We got the double XL just before, so that'll tick that off the Pokedex as well. Still looking for a tiny. All right, this is a level 1, so that's great. I don't think it's the Hundo. I think the Hundo is about 15 for level 1. All right, we'll keep going. I rarely do party play, but when I do, I like to come first with 19 Ultra Ball catches with Mikey's measly 16 and Lyndon's 15. What are you going to say? Your game crashed or something, Lyndon?
It did.
Oh, yeah.
Started the party.
Likely excuse, but what I'm seeing here is I'm number 1. All right, that's done. Let's do a little shiny check. Let's do how many shinies we got. 26. 26. No hundos though. 26 shinies. That's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. This is definitely an all-timer for me. Such a shame it's on Quaxly Day as opposed to any other day, but you know, 26 shinies. Now Pokemon Home will be well fed. What do we do with our shinies, guys? What do we do with our excess shinies? You just delete them?
Yeah, I keep them.
You keep?
Get many anyway.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, yeah, I feel like no one wants them after this.
Yeah.
They're the rash. Terrakion, who's going to come out on top? Wow, that's really all over the place. It's not in sync.
No, it's not.
It's like watching a slot machine. I guess it is like a slot machine. All right. 3,
2, 1, go. Oh.
All right, one more. 3, 2, 1.
No one.
Duds, 2096, 2068, 2061. Trash! That's the best of the bad.
The worst.
Quaxly's Community Day is over, everyone. And I feel like I set a new PB for shinies. It's not crazy out of the park compared to some other people, but I'm pretty happy with my haul. It's higher than usual. Anyway, let's look at what we have so far. So if we look at Quaxly and Age 0, it says 269 here, but we caught an extra 450 that we've already traded. So I think that puts me at 719 or so, if my maths is correct. That's a lot of catching. So 719, but if we add and shiny onto this, there's 26. And that puts me, and I have pre-done this calculation, at about 3.6% shiny rate. So it felt like a lot of shinies, but there was a lot more catching. I don't know if it's because I think I was one of the only people here today. It was just me, Mikey, and Gong, Lyndon. So the three of us were walking around having a great time. It was so fun. We also ran into Vin, I think her name was, and yeah, had a Mew chain on her bag. I love Mew, so I'm absolutely so happy with that. But yeah, lots of shinies here, but unfortunately nothing really viable in the shiny category. But if we look in the favorites, because I favorited one, that's okay. We have this one here. It's okay. It's not the best. It's a 96. I told you at the start of the video I would accept a 96. Here is a 96. So let's evolve this one through and we will put Hydro Cannon on it. Like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how well this performs with Hydro Cannon compared to a Quaxly without Hydro Cannon. Early tests, like I said at the start, have kind of suggested that it is a good Pokemon with Hydro Cannon on and to outperform some Shadow Pokemon as well. So really happy to have at least a 96 of that. That mid-evolution, I think, is kind of the best out of the three, maybe. I don't know, I changed my mind a lot, but I know for sure I don't like this. I don't like this at all. This is a bad design. It's very bird-like. I don't like bird Pokemon. I don't like dog Pokemon except for the legendaries. Love Zacian. Not good, not good. Dance all you want, man. Dance all you want, but it's a bad design, this Pokemon. Don't want it. Has Hydro Cannon though. So that's great. I will throw Legacy Move on this here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's Community Day. Next Community Day is going to be Rookity. Now that's one I am really, really excited for, and I hope I get just as many shinies, if not the Shundo, at least a Hundo Rookity. It'll be interesting to see if they bring out Gigantamax Corviknight at the same time, because that would make sense that they would do it on the Community Day now that they have max battles out. But at the same time, I'm not really sure if that's something they're going to do. I've just got my fingers crossed because that Gigantamax design for Corviknight looks absolutely incredible. Next weekend, we have Latios and Latios. Don't know if it's going to be both on both days or if it's going to be one on one day, one on the other day. Either way, one's tanky, one's attacky. They're both going to be great. for Eternatus. So when Eternamax comes, August 23 and 24th, it's heavily rumored. Hopefully we get some information about that soon. That will be very useful to have those two, the attacker and the defense, to use against Eternamax. But also there's a lot of questions about, will the Crown Shield dogs, Crown Shield Zamazenta and Crown Sword Zacian, return ahead of Eternatus? And we haven't heard anything about that. It's possible they might return to the raids and there'll be no energy. I mean, we saw that with the Necrozma raid days where you didn't get the energy, but you could battle. So who knows what's going to happen? It's a bit of a mess in terms of what we're expecting, but that's part of the fun of not knowing what's going to happen. So I will keep you guys updated through the YouTube shorts. If you haven't seen them, definitely check out my YouTube shorts. Don't miss any of this content by hitting subscribe and making sure that you're staying informed. I spent a lot of time to make this stuff for you. And again, thank you so much to those that are part of the Patreon. You can join the Patreon if you like to help support me make more of these videos. Yap, yap, yap. I'm a big yapper. Until the next video. Let me know in the comments though, how many shinies did you get? Did you get more or less Quaxly than me? Let me know in the comments. Put it in the comments, and I'll see you next video.